Last class, we talk about these plants, sex organs, all studied in detail. And today, we are going to think about human reproductive process. And as you know, it is a sexual reproduction like many other higher level of animals. So, before we are entering into this chapter, what are the changes that is taking place in human being? So, you know that various changes are taking place in human being. That means in boys and girls. And that what are the changes that is given in your textbook? You read it well. So while reading, you can able to understand what changes that occurring for this power of reproduction. And while these reproductive tissues are begin to develop in human body, automatically general body growth begins to slow down. That is the one thing. General body growth begins to slow down and the reproductive power attains. So various changes are there and that you can read from the textbook and you can able to understand. Here I am not explaining in detail. Now this process, that means you know that as we have seen, the germ cells of two individuals are required for fertilization. That means a male gamete and a female gamete that is required. And for this, in human being, male and female reproductive system is there. Well developed system you can see in both sexes. That is the textbook page number 144. If you refer, that picture is given there and from there you can able to understand what is the human male reproductive system. And the male reproductive system consists of a pair of testes. A pair of testes. Then followed by this vas deferens. That is the sperm carrying tube. That is called a vas deferens. It is a tube connecting from the testes. And also, the testes are located in a particular portion that is called a scrotum. That is also given in your textbook. It is kept outside the body. Why it is kept outside the body? The reason is that for the sperm formation, the temperature should be a little lower than the body temperature. That is why the testes are located outside the abdominal cavity, externally found. Then, the sperms that are, while it is getting maturity, that they are formed and they are delivering through the tube that is called what I told, the vas deferens. Vas deferens. It is carrying through the vas deferens. And through the vas deferens, it is going and it is reaching at urethra. Urethra is a common passage. It is a common passage for urine and sperm. That is another system, that is in the urinary bladder, you have to see urethra forms the common passage of sperm and urine. So that is generally talking about this male reproductive organs. More details you will get from the textbook. And the female reproductive system, that also we have to think about. They are producing female germ cells and they are made in the ovaries. That means female one having pair of ovaries. Pair of ovaries. Pair of ovaries are there, and you can see the picture that also given there. And this from the ovary, the germ cells, female germ cells, what is the name? Eggs. Eggs are made in the ovaries. And for the nourishment of sperm and egg, some kind of secretions, hormones are there. That is also given in your textbook. And we were already studied about the endocrine glands. At that time, I mentioned the importance of testosterone, estrogen, like that. They are keeping the sexuality in human being. Now, whatever may be, just we have to see when a girl is born, thousands of ovaries full of thousands of immature eggs. But on reaching puberty, that means attaining the capability of producing ovaries, from one egg is produced every month by one of the ovaries. That is important. One egg is produced from one of the ovaries at every month. The egg is carried from the ovary to the womb through a thin oviduct that is called a fallopian tube. So a pair of ovaries are there, a pair of fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. Fallopian tube is there. And this fallopian tube, the eggs are released from the ovaries and they are coming and rest for around 24 hours, more than that. It will be waiting for the sperm in the fallopian tube. And meanwhile, if the sperm is reaching the fallopian tube by the sexual contact, fertilization will be taking place. So that is at the same time, the uterus also gets some kind of preparations in order to receive the embryo for further development. That means they provide large surface area for glucose and oxygen to pass from mother to embryo. That means when the fertilization taking place in the fallopian tube, not in the uterus. And after the fertilization, this zygote is forming. Zygote is multiplied very soon and it will develop into a fetus, and this fetus slowly roll down, moving towards the uterus, and it will clings to the uterus and started to develop. And the lining of the uterus is filled with blood vessels and for this growing embryo. And if the egg is not fertilized, what will happen? If the egg is not fertilized, wait for 24 hours, as I told you. Then, if it is not fertilized, that will be expelled out. That means that is known as menstrual cycle. That process is known as menstruation, and that is a process to remove the unfertilized egg from the fallopian tube. So, along with that unfertilized egg, all the arrangements that is made in the uterus wall, that also wither, and that also coming out along with this process. And it is this process sometimes, or it lasts for about 2 to 8 days. And that is a short history of this human fertilization and reproductive system. That please read and this portion well, and will make a thorough knowledge about this system. Today I am winding up that much. Thank you for all of. Thank you. Please read and just prepare for that lesson. Okay, very good morning to class 8 students. How are you? Fine, I think. The last class you got or not, I don't know. You understood or not? Anyway, I am going to continue the class. If you are not understanding, please refer the textbook as well as the video class. You just listen and try to understand. So last class when I reached up to the reproduction in humans, and I told you the importance of this male reproductive system and female reproductive system. And today we are talking just briefly about the fertilization in human being. And as you know that in human being, internal fertilization is taking place, and due to the internal fertilization, the sperm is deposited in the vagina of the female one. And you know, sperm, they are motile, having a head and a tail. That last class I told you about the structure, and where it is fertilization is taking place. The fertilization, the union of the egg and sperm, that is taking place in the fallopian tube. Fallopian tube. So look at the picture and you can see the fallopian tube that is starting from the ovary. So from the ovary, every month one egg is mature and it is released and waiting at the fallopian tube for fertilization. Around 1 day, 24 hours, generally we can say like that. Then if the sperm, at that time, if the sperm is getting, it will, if the sexual contact is done, sperm will be entering through the vagina and enter into the uterus and moving towards the fallopian tube, and in the fallopian tube the fertilization is taking place. After the fertilization, you know, the zygote that is formed. When the zygote is formed, it suddenly the cell multiplication is taking place. Cell multiplication taking place, and it will become just like a football, like the cells are multiplied very soon and fetus and develop into a fetus. The embryo is, zygote is converted into embryo, and this embryo is again developed into fetus. And this fetus is implanted to the uterus. And meanwhile it is automatically moving. It is automatically moving to the fallopian tube and implantation taking place. Implantation taking place means the fetus, the embryo is developed into fetus and it is attached the uterine wall and where the blood vessels and the nourishment, everything will be provided from the mother's body. That is it is a suitable place for development, uterus. So then the fetus develops around 8-9 months. This fetus is undergoes development. So during this development, what happens? It becomes a full grown egg, and it is able to. When it is completely developed, the mother give birth to the baby. That's a short history. More you can get from the textbook. I am not able to explain in detail in the video class, but you must read it and you can able to understand. Then again, you might have heard about the test tube baby. That also one word I will tell you. Test tube baby. What is test tube baby? Is the baby is produced in the test tube? No. It is not like that. So how this situation arises? In some women, by birth or whatever may be, the blockage in the fallopian tube will take place. And if the blockage is taking place in the fallopian tube, the entry of sperm will be prohibited. That not possible. And if the sperm is not reaching the fallopian tube, fertilization is not able to take place. So this is a problem. In such women, the doctors, they are finding a solution. What is the solution for that? That solution is generally known as in vitro fertilization. In vitro fertilization. Vitro fertilization. So in vitro fertilization, shortly known as IVF. IVF. What the doctors are doing here, that means once the fertilization, that means the doctors, they are collecting freshly released egg and sperm from the parents. They are taking out. Freshly released egg and sperm is taken and keep them together and allowed to develop or to fertilization. It is done in the laboratory, externally. It is actually external fertilization. It is not taking place in the mother's body. And after the fertilization, they allowed to develop that zygote into 1 week or 2 weeks, like that, according to the development stage they are keeping. After development is taking place in a particular medium, that medium plus that is known as incubator. So in the incubator, the embryo is developed and it becomes a fetus, and that fetus is carefully taken and implanting in the uterus of the mother. So while it is implanting the uterus of the mother, this as usual, this fetus started to develop the uterus of the mother, and it can able to develop 9 months like other babies, and a normal delivery is taking place, and such technique by which a baby is produced is known as test tube baby. This is the meaning of test tube baby. So you know that along with this test tube baby, you must remember Louis Brown was the first test tube baby born in 1978 in UK. This is a short history about this test tube baby. Okay, now that much you have to study well, and next class we will see the viviparous and oviparous animals. So that we have to see the two type of animals, how they are behaving, how they are giving birth to young ones. Okay, that is the end of this class. If you read the portion well and try to understand, and go for the question answer. As I told you earlier, don't wait for the question answer this chapter. This is a biology chapter, and you can able to find out the answer directly from the textbook. So you have developed a habit to make your notebook and write the answers by yourself. That is far better than getting answer from me. So that is the one thing you also, I think you follow it, and some of the students in the class they already did like that. So you follow that. Thank you.